Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd just sit and play with some makeup. I've got some newish things that I want to touch on. Also some stuff that I don't use often in my collection. So it's kind of like a shop my stash sort of a situation. So I'm trying to play with stuff that I don't usually reach for. So if you'd like to see what I create, which I'm not actually sure what that's going to be yet, just keep on watching. Okay, so I've just removed any makeup that I had on before. I'm going to pop on some of my Garnier Skin Active Even and Matte Ideal Complexion Daily Cream. This is such a weird one. It says it's for normal to dry skin, but it also says it's an even and matte foundation. I mean, face cream. So I kind of put it on, and then it does feel hydrating, but it also feels quite, after a while it sinks in and it kind of like tightens on my skin. If that makes sense, which kind of I guess does make sense seeing as it is marketed as a matte foundation. But I'm not so sure if you do have very dry skin. I don't think that this would be enough. So what I often will do in my routine is I'll put this on first, just to kind of let it sink in. Then I'll put on my sun cream, my SPF, and then I will put normally my Ivory cream, the Marula SPF moisturizing cream. I'll usually put that on afterwards, so it's like a 3-step moisturizing process in the mornings. But because I'm kind of not going anywhere and I'm just doing my makeup today, I thought I would just use that as a base. And it's quite tacky, so I think makeup will hang on to it really well. The foundation I want to use today that I haven't really played much around with is the Rimmel London Match Perfection 24-hour moisture hydration pore blurring effect, invisible coverage, visibly perfected skin. Anyway, it's just a foundation from Rimmel, SPF 20, invisible coverage. This is in the shade 100 Ivory. So I'm gonna see how it goes. It does seem like it's quite a good color match for me. I played with this once before and I felt kind of like it did something strange on my skin. So I'm keen to test it out today again properly and see if it does the same thing. It's a really good color match actually. If I'm not mistaken, this is actually quite an old foundation. It came out a really long time ago. I've just never bought it, I guess. And I'm such a sucker for complexion products. Every time I go to the shop and look at the makeup, I always end up buying foundations. I've got a lot of foundations, people. In all honesty, it looks really nice, actually. I'm just gonna go over it with a sponge so that I can get rid of all that texture from the brush. And also this kind of removes any excess product that you have on your skin. Let me zoom you in so you can see better. So it's quite dewy still. I mean, obviously that's due to skin prep. Skin prep is very important in terms of what your foundation is going to end up looking like. But otherwise, it's actually really nice. I must say, pleasantly surprised. Okay, so for some extra coverage, I'm going to use my tried and true Essence Camouflage Plus Matte Concealer. I haven't picked up any new ones recently, so this is what we got. Nice. Very nice complexion today. I feel like this kind of, this foundation kind of reminds me of the Candid foundation, the Revlon Candid foundation. It's just a bit thinner in consistency and maybe a bit more glowier as well. So, nice. I'm not going to set anything yet because I think what I want to do is I want to work with some cream products today, which I haven't done for a while. I think I'm going to start with my Catrice contouring cream palette, which looks a mess. And I'm going to use this grayish contouring shade, which I've actually used quite a lot, surprisingly. And I'm only going to use this just really deep in my cheekbones here, because I also have a cream bronzer, which I want to use, well, not necessarily bronzer, but I want to do cream bronzing. Just gives you kind of a sculpted cheekbone lookles. I always forget how nice cream products look, but I'm so used to just immediately like setting my concealer in my face that often like I can't do it. And then the next product I want to use is from the Essence You Better Work Camouflage Concealer Palette, and I'm going to use the darker shades as a bronzer. Yeah. I'm just placing it down with the brush, and then I'm going to blend it out with the same brush that I used for the contour. And you see, that's so pretty. I always forget. In terms of longevity of makeup, it's always good to put down a cream product and then set it with a powder. So I'm probably gonna go over this with a powder bronzer and everything, but it's just for longevity purposes always better to start with a cream and then hit it up with a powder. I'm also just going to take a little bit down my nozzle and under the chin. I'm sorry if I sound congested. I'm kind of like at the end of having the flu, so I don't feel congested, but I'm still getting out of it. Like, I'm still getting out of it. Cool, man. Okay, I'm going to use a cream highlighter. This is the Lula Ecolux Makeup Natural Illuminizer in the shade Champagne Bubbles. I'm just going to take some on my finger. Pop that on the high points of the face. This is so beautiful. Okay, you can probably, there's pieces of glitter in it, and that is not from the highlighter. That is from me sticking dirty fingers into the product. But in fact, almost everything in my makeup collection has glitter all over it. Beautiful, I love it, it's beautiful. I must say, I feel like a natural clean makeup is picking up its game at the moment. When I first started trying clean beauty, I was disappointed because I feel like often it's so expensive and you expect it to be brilliant, and in all honesty it wasn't, and I was really disappointed. Whereas now I feel like brands are actually upping their game and they actually are giving out some really good quality products. So I'm really happy about that. I am going to do a full face soon of all clean beauty products, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I do not have a cream blush, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a lipstick and I'm going to just warm that up on my finger and pop that on my cheeks. Any pinky peachy lipstick kind of does the job. Just gonna go over it with my sponge. You see, that's a really nice complexion. Okay, so what I am gonna do now is I'm gonna go in with a little bit of powder. Powder! Where are you? Okay, so I'm gonna leave the skin mostly unset. There are certain places that I almost always set under the eyes, and I'll show you the difference now. Okay, so I've set this side and I haven't set this side, and you can immediately see how even with concealer your eye creases and the bag underneath is still really visible. So just by applying a little bit of powder there, it takes away any reflection that might emphasize that creasing under your eyes. Another part of my face that I always like to set is my chin, because I feel like I'm always leaning on my hands and touching my face, and the chin is always where I kind of lose my makeup the quickest. So just around the chin and whatever excess is on the brush, I put down my smile lines. And the final place I like to put powder is just between the brows and on the forehead, because I do have a very expressive wrinkly forehead, so makeup does tend to move into those creases quite easily. So I always do powder my forehead as well, whereas I always keep the cheeks unset, so you still get that nice natural glow. Yeah, I'm gonna try something. I bought the Wet n Wild Megalast Liquid Catsuit Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Emerald Gaze. This is such a strange product. I'm actually going to grab a brush so that I can move it around. I'm going to apply this directly onto the eyelid and see what happens. Such a strange product. It doesn't ever come out as glittery as you imagine it to. Anyway, so I applied it to my eye. This could be a massive mistake. And I'm just going to kind of see if I can blend it out and move it around a bit. You see, I'm just not sure about this one. It's not, I mean, as soon as you can see, as soon as I blended it out, it's lost all its pigment. The glitter is still there. It's quite patchy, but it's still there. So on camera, I don't know, it might look nice. It looks quite patchy in real life. So I'm not really sure what the purpose of this guy is, because it's not obviously to give you any pigment. But I also don't feel like the glitter is glittery enough for it to kind of be a glitter topper either, in all honesty. Like, there's the Stila, the glitter and glow liquid eyeshadows as well, which are obviously like a cult favorite for a lot of people, which do the job really well in terms of applying pigment and glitter and sparkle. But I do feel like there are other cheap alternatives that actually work really well as well. I think Catrice Essence also has some really good ones. I just feel like this is maybe not the winner, if I'm honest with you. I mean, yeah. I think it looks nice. I think it just requires too much work to make it get to looking nice. If that makes any sense at all. So it's kind of like a wet finish. It's not bad, it's not bad. It just requires a lot of work and doesn't give you what it says it's going to give you in the bottle. I mean, it's not emerald green and it doesn't hold its pigment well. I'm just going to quickly go with my Physicians Formula bronzer. I'm going to go around the edges of that to make it look a little bit less patchy. I'm also just going to run that on my lower lash line. Kind of semi-filled in my brows in a very natural way already, and I'm enjoying how they look kind of light and fluffy. So I'm just going to go over them with some of my Catrice Brow Colorist Semi-Permanent Brow Mascara, just to give them a little bit more life. Quick mascara. And then for lips, I got a new Wet n Wild Megalast Liquid Catsuit Matte Lipstick, and this is in the shade Give Me Mocha. And this is, I've been looking for like a darker nude for a while now, so I'll just pop this on. It's like a deep terracotta brick color. Whoa, got pins and needles in my legs. What I like about the liquid catsuits, I mean the whatever these are called, is that they're quite thin. So like not like normal liquid lipsticks where they dry quite thick on the lips and they feel quite chunky. I feel like these are quite thin and they dry down quickly and they don't feel too heavy and drying on the lips. But other than that, this is my final look with the kind of mermaid shimmery eyes and the terracotta lip, which I actually think looks really cool with my shirt. This is eczema, people. Eczema. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you could give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. I'm looking for new video ideas, so I'd love to hear what you'd like to see. And I will see you for another video very, very soon. Bye!